if someone was born a week later, they would have Jupiter and Saturn probably in the same signs. Although those two planets would have moved ahead a little bit, still, they'll be roughly in the same place. The other faster moving planets will have shifted their positions more greatly. Once you understand these principles, you can get a very clear conception in your mind of how exactly the heavens and the planets are spinning around you at all times. So, let's take a physical look. Here's the Earth. Okay? It's actually rotating over like this, and we're standing on it and we're going over. And if we look east, we see a certain sign therefore appears to be rising as we rotate over. So that line, that's the ascendant, and it's sweeping through the signs because of the Earth's rotation. The planets are fixed in signs right now. They're moving along, but they're sitting somewhere in space in their orbit around the sun. Because we rotate so fast, they appear to be moving too throughout the day. So let me ask you a question. How often every day does the sun rise? Once, right. So does every other planet. You just maybe can't see them. But they come across the eastern horizon, the ascendant, and they rise. That's what sunrise is. It's when the sun crosses into our view on the eastern ascendant. So at the moment of sunrise, the ascendant is pointing right at the sun also, as well as some sign behind the sun. So some people who are born at sunrise have the ascendant and the sun conjunct in their chart. So remember that we're spinning over. Now, often in books we draw the sun and then the planets rotating around the sun like this. But we see the sun rise and set, which means over our heads. So actually what's happening is we're viewing the solar system turn sideways because we're sort of standing straight out off the Earth. So our Earth is spinning around and it's then moving around the sun like this. And every year that it moves around the sun, it spins 365 times on its own axis, which gives us our days. So you have to think about this a little bit, but you can get a clear conception of how our ball is spinning over, making everything appear to go around us every day. And at any moment when a birth takes place, we look east, we note the ascendant, and that becomes the first house of the chart. And then we draw the planets into the chart wherever they were in the zodiac at that time on that day. So the ascendant tells us where the first house is. There's 12 houses in a chart. The first one is the eastern horizon. And then they go under the Earth, around and over us and back. So if that's east, then that's the first house. The second house, third house, fourth house underneath us, fifth house, down under the Earth but back some, sixth house, seventh, that's the western horizon opposite the eastern horizon. So first house, seventh house, continuing. We have the 8th, 9th, 10th, straight up, 11, and then finally 12, and then 1. Now the houses are always in the same places around you. East is always the first house. Straight up is always the 10th house. Like right now, it's nighttime. The sun is not visible where I am. But the 10th house is still straight up. That's the midheaven, that's the 10th house. So right now some sign is up there, some sign is over there, some sign is down under the Earth. And wherever they are right now, that's the chart for right now. East, first house. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So you will find that the houses rule things, like the 10th house rules career, standing up tall, straight up, our rise in life, how high we go in life. The first house, because it's a starting point, rules our birth, it rules our body, the start of all things. So the houses rule specific things because actually, physically, in reality, those directions have meanings to us as living beings. So as we go on and study Jyotish, I'll bring this back up and you'll see the correlation.